Welcome back to Final Fantasy XIV, Part 13. Next part might be Roman numeralized out of, well, 14th part of the 14th game. Yeah, I don't know. But, anyway, I'm done with everything I need to do outside the streams for the day, and, well, tomorrow is going to be busy because plumbers are coming around. But anyways, last time we made our way into Corfas in the pursuit of an airship. Today we're going to go hunting for said airship by running around dealing with all the heathen monarchy that's ongoing in the great state of Corfas. Okay, we need to head up north first ideally and then head south. Because first things first, the talk of Corfas. Let's see how things are going. Talking to this person. Oh, why, hello, good sir. What's that? An airship, you say? I hate to disappoint you, but I know nothing of what you seek. Likely no one of House 4 Temps does, for if they did, I would definitely know as well. The topic on everyone's lips these days is what will become a young Lord Fancel. Some say the allegations are long overdue, given how many members of House Hallionet have been found guilty of heresy in recent days. I don't want to make reference to current politics, seeing as this game was made a long while ago, well, over a decade ago, but as long as there's due process, maybe some of them ended up being heretics. Simple explanation. I'll be running around licking my lips, it's because I've just eaten a little bit of food. And also put some Tic Tacs in my mouth, because, yeah. Don't know, I'm actually a little concerned about how part of my mouth is feeling, and I have a feeling maybe there is a part of my mouth that doesn't like the temporary, some of the components that make up the temporary filling that I keep having to apply because the NHS is batshit stupid. But hey, you know, maybe we'll vote in a party that will actually give a shit next time. And before anyone starts leaping away, going, oh god, I knew he's one of those, but no, I will repeat this until the cows come home. Don't vote Reform, don't vote the Tories, and you can add Labour to the list. Don't vote them in. Vote Lib Dem, vote Green, vote Independent, don't. Especially over some of the more recent issues. Starmer is just proving he is dragging Labour further right. Hello and grant me strength, there must be some way to... Oh, who are you? A friend of Lord Horshevant? I want to help you, I truly do, but these accusations of heresy have thrown House Hallionet into chaos, and I must focus on combating these charges and preserving our reputation. Like, seriously, like, politically wise, like, if there was an election tomorrow, I would not in good conscience vote for Starmer, in any way, shape or form. I also would definitely punch anyone in the face that chooses to vote for any of the other right-leaning parties, or pure right party, or very much so right that they are working with Trump. Sort of alt-right grifting bullshit. Like, if that's who you want to believe in, then alright, fair enough. You have the free will to do that, but think about it before you waste everyone's time and cause a lot of issues. Anyway, we have one last person to talk to, and that is Fullermont back in the observatory. Gee, I wonder what his response is going to be for me to be trying to do anything. I gather you've been busy since last we spoke? Lord Horshevant's business was positively glowing. But you think that his endorsement has caused me to disregard Ishgarian policies, that you are sorely mistaken. We are at war, sir. The enemy grows body by the day. Why, in the short time since Christa Gulliamid arrived in Corfas, countless heretics have been discovered, even amongst the elite of Ishgardian society. Lord Horshevant wishes to waste his days chasing after a long-lost airship, and that is his choice. If he expects others to share in his folly, then he is truly blind to the present state of affairs. Oh, the precious fat cat doll, it's so cute. Now, give it everything. Justifiable purchase. Whoopee! Speaking of justifiable purchases, I'm playing on an Xbox, so guess what I've had to do again lately? The fucking coin bullshit. Like, why do we need coins? Fucking, is it because Microsoft requires you to have paid? Well, no, actually no. It's weird. Why it can't be... Pardon me, the same as the PS5 5 and the PC versions, where you just have the subscription to Final Fantasy XIV to deal with when it comes to Final Fantasy XIV itself. And then, yeah, if you play online, and then on console, yeah, online multiplayer requires paying for it. You know? Because it means that, because at the end of the day, you're still having to pay for like Game Pass, like the most basic level, in order to actually have online multiplayer. And I am actually questioning whether or not my seat has decided it's rebelling again. I don't think maybe it was a little not close enough, you know? Anyways, how has everyone's day been? How has been playing Oblivion Remastered been for everyone who has Game Pass, or the money to buy Oblivion Remaster? I played a little bit of it earlier today, and when I had a bit of time on my hands, and yeah, no, it's fun. It's Oblivion. End of the day, it's Oblivion. I don't think I really need to say more, other than it's Oblivion. Anyone who's busy trying to White Ring Grift, yeah, those people are truly lost anyway. By your continents, I take it you did not learn anything of use. Nor did I fear. It seems the whole of Corfas is consumed by the talk of heretics in the high houses. Can I hope that my sources in Ishgard proper provide more pertinent information? Yes, unfortunately, we've got all this stuff going on. Ooh, level 36 I can cover this time. I have another personal request to make of you. It concerns Lord Fancel, of whom much has been whispered in recent days. See to report that he and 3 knights were seen heading towards the Still Vigil. By God, Pa, that desk just leveled up to level 49. The outpost was long overrun by the Javarian horde, so I am not certain that he intends to accomplish with such a small force. Whatever his motives, I fear for his safety. Pray journey to the Still Vigil and see if Lord Fancel's pie requires assistance. You know what? Maybe there's no healers in amongst those knights, in which case they were truly idiots. Let's go before they can no longer be healed, aka murdered to death. And we get to be on our unicorn again. Someone's posted a picture online about that. You can actually see the giant huge fuck-off mountain in Skyrim from in the skyline of Oblivion now. And that is like, yeah, that makes sense. Like, it would still be there. Like, retroactively you can do that sort of thing. But, you know, obviously, basically you can... Some people got confused over whether or not the expansions are part of it. And it's like, no, yep, expansions are part of the standard version. There's just some additional stuff you can get from the deluxe version, which is like, yeah, whatever. Boing, boing. Ah, looks like someone's fighting that. I can't see them though, so if they get killed, then that's that. Who goes there? Chris, look at. Oh, yeah, I kind of missed some of the writing there by accident. I pressed A preemptively too much. We frankly dodged that, but hey, you know. We are helping. To the best of our ability. Don't worry, Fancel. I have helped you. Hello and be praised did it. But what are the others? The 3 knights who accompanied me. Where are they? Oh, right, okay, yeah. We should probably deal with that, actually, yeah. Let's see if they're fine. Well, this unsettled knight. We aid them. I heard the beast cries from over yonder. Then Lord Fancel is safe. Bless you, sir. Bless you. Good. The Dunnerf Knight is certainly sat down at the moment. But easier to wait. Curse those fiends, so though they knew we were coming. I wonder how they'd know. Well, I would say that they have wings and therefore could be flying overhead being like, "Ha! 3 idiots are over there! Quick, alert the horde!" Confound it all! How are we to redeem House Hallionat if we cannot even slay a single Avis? We are fortunate you came along when you did, sir. House Hallionat will remember your kindness. Right, and now to aid Fancel again, knowing that everyone is now safe. For now. I highly doubt people will be like, "Oh, they barely survived this encounter. They were truly not heretics all along." It's a foolish thing to do, I know, but I'd hope we might demonstrate our devotion by slaying a number of the Scalekin. Moreover, it was House Hallionat that yielded the Still Vigil to the Horde many years ago. One might say that our defeat here held the slow decline of our house's once great name. We have been brought even lower by these despicable accusations of heresy, and despite my best efforts, I've done naught to improve the situation. There my trial approaches. Soon I must accept the judgment of the Inquisitors, whatever it may be. But even should my protestations fall on deaf ears, I will proclaim my innocence to my dying breath. Ugh. Yeah, the whole Inquisitor thing is basically being able to do the Salem witch trials to that extent. Like, if you're a heretic, then proudly jump off this cliff. Or stab yourself in the chest, or allow us to splice your head off. If you happen to be a dragon, then you'll transform post-with, and we'll be able to slay you very easily. And if you're not a dragon, then great news! You aren't a dragon! Hooray! We can then be upset that people would dare accuse you. Oh wait, that was us! We can't be upset at that! Haha! We did it! We successfully killed a bunch of people without having it be declared as murder! Hooray! And that person's got a cool bike. I wish I had a cool bike. All I've got is this lousy unicorn. Then again, I can't have a driver's license. Nor a riding license for that matter. You know what, maybe we should just be walking. What do you find at the still vigil? Ah, I see. A reckless plan, but at least it did not cost him and his knights their lives. And this for you as well, a witness to the final flight of the Enterprise has been found. Alas, there is a complication. It's been common knowledge that you paid a visit to Lord Fansel at Skyfire Locks not long ago. Upon learning of this, the witness became understandably witty and to make your acquaintance, for fear of being seen in the company of a man who might later be declared a heretic. Not unreasonable fear, given the skill with which Inquisitor Guillermain has conducted his investigations. In any case, if you wish to obtain his testimony, we must first clear Lord Fancel's name, and by association, yours! Oh, how lovely. What level are we using? Level 28. You know what? We're gonna open the weapon coffer. This is an instance where I'm actually gonna do so. And there's a pastoral oak cane, which is better than what we were using. Following the evidence. As I say it, the key to proving Lord Fancel's incident is discrediting the evidence against him. Speaking of the draconian rosary found in the chest you yourself recovered. If you would, please tell me the incident in question. So it was found in a locked chest there was the property of Lord Fancel. If the rosary is not his, then someone else with access must have planted it. Here is what you must do. Return to Skyfire Lock, speak with Wickman. Wikiman? He works closely with the porters who ferry goods across Fort Corfas, so he may have some inkling as to who could be responsible. Alright. Back down that way we go. A lot of to and fro, but don't worry, after a while we'll be heading over this way to the quests that then lead into Stone Vigil, and then we'll be out of here. Like, the White Boulders Down area will be in the Boulders Down area at a later point once we're doing some other things, although some of that is also to then go into Mordona. At that point we could probably, like, hand in on the going for Gold Quest, which just gives us Ornfale. Not really wanting to do Ornfale, to be honest. I think there's nothing that could get me to outright do it at this point, so at least just off the cuff. I might want to mentally prepare myself for that sort of thing. Hey, someone tampering with fish shipments? Fury, strike me down if all them rosaries found in our people's possessions were planted. Hey now, don't you give me that look, lad. I'm a house Helionat man through and through. This heresy nonsense is bad for me and my family too. I ain't saying the porters what were bringing the shipment did it though. I know most of them, what work the trade routes, and I've never had cause to question their faith. But if it weren't them neither, then your guess is as good as mine. After all, most every shipment is thoroughly inspected before it. Hey, could it have been the fellows that were responsible for the inspections? Ha! Ingoshian Knights Inquisitors, a lot of them, as if they ever turn their cloaks. That kind of means the porters you arm are your most likely suspects. Hate to think it, but maybe you should question them. There's a crew coming to Camp Dragonhead from Whitebrim Front today. Might consider having a word with them. And so now, with all that information given to us of, maybe it's the porters, we now have to head back to Camp Dragonhead. Now once we do this, we have to leave Camp Dragonhead, do a thing, and then head back to Camp Dragonhead. It gets a little dreary, I must admit, but hey, you know, it's what it is, and we're level 51, so I refuse to do all the various side quests unless they outright tell me, hey, you get this really cool thing, because, good lord, there's so many of them. I might as well use them for leveling. Well, then again, I could do that off stream even if I wanted to level class, but I don't know. You there, porter! Hold your movement. Beg your pardon? You shipment? You suspect that we porters have been planning draconian wizards and House Helionat shipments? What nerve? You usually leave such nonsense, such our parcels, and see what you find. Well, here's a House Desimel parcel. And we find nothing. House Helionat parcel. And we find a rosary, and, no time, top one on a tight schedule. Oh yeah, fair enough. House Helionat parcel number 2, a draconian rosary. Are we finished? So I would appreciate an apology. But that's impossible. Once the night awake in front concluded her inspection, I loaded the parcels into the wagon myself. If I had been the culprit, I would never allow you to search my shipments. Say your word to Lord Horshman. I will not be held accountable for this. Oh, right, fair enough. Well, clearly, either they have a lot of draconian rosaries for some reason, or, yeah, they're being framed. One hell of a frame job going on here. Something happened outside? Before I heard chatting. But more importantly, what did Rickmans have to say? Well, I found these. More draconian rosaries? And every single parcel bound for Skyfire locks? That's beggars belief. Even the Inquisitors must acknowledge that this is no more than a crass attempt to sully House Hallionet's reputation. Whoever is responsible has overplayed his hand. And price alone that he did. Lord Fancel's trial is upon us, and we must act now if we are to clear his name. Oh boy. Well, here we go. In the eyes of gods and men. From the very first, I knew it could not be that so many members of House Hallionet were heretics. At last, we can give the lie to these poisonous allegations and put an end to this travesty. I will need to prepare a formal statement regarding these developments for the Holy See. In the meantime, I would have you bear my words to Inquisitor Bridgie. Tell her that House Four Temps asks, nay, demands that Lord Fancel's trial be postponed until a full investigation can be conducted. Well, on the one hand, that's good news. We can try and put a hold to it. On the other hand, I highly doubt it. Right, that person's sitting over there, so they're probably done with Vulnerable and heading into Heaven's Ward. This person here, what is it, my child? Lord Horsham would have the Inquisitors do what? But that's not possible. Inquisitor Guillermine presides over Lord Fancel's trial at Witchdrop even as we speak. Fear not, if Lord Fancel is indeed innocent, he shall walk in Hello's halls with the fallen heroes of Ishgard. Ah, crap. Right, Orshavan! Orshavan, we got trouble! Big unsettling news! They've taken Lord Fancel to Witchdrop? This is madness! The Inquisitor does not have sufficient grounds to subject him to that manner of trial. I will not stand idly by and allow an innocent man to die. I would dispatch you on one of my next to Witchdrop to forestall the proceedings until such time as I am able to join you and petition Inquisitor Guillermine in person. I will endeavour not to keep you waiting too long. Do whatever you must to keep Lord Fancel alive. Alright, we'll do what we must. Come, my fabulous steed that isn't motorised in any way. We must stop this sham before death takes a precious man. Maybe Fancel's female. Who knows? I don't think it matters too much. And again, I'm not one of the idiots online either busy complaining about Last of Us still, like seriously at this point it just kind of seems really stupid, and not busy complaining about body types. Like, really, does it matter? Let people play what they want to play. Hey, Chris, as you can see, Lord Fancel yet lives. We must try to reason with the Inquisitor, but if his guards judge us a threat, we must also be prepared to defend ourselves. Alright, fair enough. We'll have to do what we can. And drink. Jocelyn Charlemagne Fancel de Hallionet. You will stand accused of heresy against the Holy See of Ashgard. So what you wish to say in your defence? Hear me, brothers. These charges are false. The men and women of my line have never opposed the Dravarians, and I am no different. Since the birth of our nation, we have gladly shed blood in service of the Holy See. Condemn me and you will strike a blow for the enemies of Ishgard. It is for Haloran to judge if you speak the truth. Prove your innocence in the eyes of gods and men. Leap from the cliff and trust your fate to the Fury. The righteous shall take their place in Haloran's halls, while the wicked shall reveal their dragon forms and be put to the sword. In the name of House Vortex, I beseech you, stay your hand. Inquisitor, we have come on behalf of Lord Horsham. My lord has uncovered evidence which suggests that the charges against Lord Fancel are without merit. We humbly request that these proceedings be suspended until such time as a full re-examination of the facts have been conducted. Lord Horsham has allowed his personal relationship with the accused to cloud his judgment. That he should harbour private doubts, I might have allowed. But that he would dare intervene in legal proceedings sanctioned by the Holy See, I cannot. To defy the will of Inquisitors is to commit heresy, a crime for which there is but one punishment. Ah, boy. We must hold them until Lord Horsham arrives. And remember, no harm can come to the Inquisitor. Are you sure we can't, like, accidentally push him off the cliff? No, wait then. Your shield bears no signal, sir. You serve the Holy See or one of the high houses. I serve a higher power, goes the unyielding. Unyielding his position. Oh yeah, there's a Shogun. I should probably be throwing stones at them more so. Oh, I've been blinded. Oh, that's fun. Your blinding does nothing to me, for I lob many of them. Oh, they heal themselves. Boo. Not to do this. I will decree. No fucking words. Pain. Oh yeah, I have access to regen. Also, God, that music is a little on the loud side. Look, look, Lord Horsefont is come. Well, it's nice to know when he arrives and all that. And Horsefont proceeds to carry beyond us. In the name of House Four Temps, I demand that you lay down your arms. Thankfully, Horsefont doing the tanking stuff is a good thing. By this deed, you do disgrace your line. Horsefont. Ishgardian scum, today you shall answer for your sins. I wonder if these people are not on Ishgard's side in all of this. Also, a wyvern appears. Someone's controlling it. A wyvern. But there were no reports of Dravarian activity. You would call your allies to save you. Alas, your treachery is laid bare. Yes, our treachery. Oh, silly me, I forgot. I accidentally pressed the button that summons the wyvern to me and not the button that sends me to the wyvern. Doy, I'm an idiot. Ah, well. Just make sure no one's dying to the wyvern and kill the unyielding fellow over there. That will get you the duty completion anyway. He's fleeing! The coward! Well, not so cowardly. He's using Cure because he has access to it. And which that just means I'll damage his healer. This will not be forgotten. Oh, look at this! A Draconian Rosary, and the wyvern's proceeding to fuck off. I wonder if he was controlling the wyvern. Well, at least we can get out of this whole fucking heretic malarkey. It's not our intention to defy the will of the Archbishop, but this trial, like many others affairs, has been orchestrated by enemies of House Hallianut. They have used you and your fellows to sow discord, Inquisitor, to set brother against brother, that we may tear ourselves apart. The fevered imaginings of a desperate man. What proof have you of this? Well, we found this on the guy that we killed. By the Fury, a Draconian Rosary, then the knight who refused to yield. He was the unyielding, after all. It was he who summoned the wyvern. A heretic in the ranks of the Temple Knights. This has grave implications. Your claims would appear to have merit, Lord Horsefont. I shall withdraw my charges against Lord Fansel, pending further investigation. I trust you have not lost sight of that which first brought you to Corfast Quest. Pray locate your errant airship, and use it. And if only. Lord Horsefont, I have not the words to express my gratitude, but why would you risk your reputation to save mine? Because I know you, boy. You're too loyal to betray Ishgard. You're too devout to question your sentence. Have you been any slower, you jumped off of your own free will. I would have done whatever it took to redeem House Hallianut. Praise alone, it did not come to that. But it profits us little to dwell on what might have been. Let us quit this place, Quest. Pray visit me at Camp Dragonhead once you have recuperated. Yeah, well, they didn't really get stabbed that much, to be honest. These white mage robes really seem to just allow me to live. Many a hit that I shouldn't. You know, for being a squishy healer and all that. In fact, what the hell am I saying? Squishy healer? White mage, White Mage / White Wizard in Final Fantasy 1 had a better health pool than some of the other classes, that's for sure. person doing a bit of fishing by the looks of things. Interesting. Do 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 You look well, Chris. Now I say what a pleasure it was to fight alongside such a fearless and skillful warrior. I'm a mage. Were it not for you, Lord Fansel would surely have died defending the honour of his house, and I might well have perished at the hands of a heretic and his wyvern. House Vorteps and House Hallionat shall never forget your service. Now, let us return to the matter of your missing Enterprise. Finally! Final flight of the Enterprise, Crest. Woo, finally. The man with knowledge of the Enterprise awaits you. I pray his information proves useful to you. Alright, let's speak with this witness, and hopefully it allows us to just go to the place. But anyway, how quickly the commoners' opinions change. They say Lord Fansel is innocent now, but just a few days prior. So we can assume a few days has now occurred, although it's like immediate in terms of the quest, so... Yeah. Anyway, you were inquiring as to the whereabouts an airship last seen in Corvus several days before the calamity, yes? It just so happens that I was monitoring the night sky of the observatorium during that period. Recall that a small vessel came from the direction of Gudania and landed near the Stone Vigil, in the far northwest. Garrison members certainly seized the vessel and brought it within their walls. If so, then you would need an army of knights to have any hopes of securing it. Though Lord Horshaw is, by all indications, quite fond of you, mayhap he can lend you a few. In any case, I have done my part. I shall pray for your success, friend. Alright. Well, that guy's done his job. Now it's time for us to do ours. And by that, I mean talk to Horshaw again. Oh, so you've at last located the Enterprise. I believe congratulations are in order. Stone Vigil. Perhaps I spoke too soon. The Enterprise has been held by the dragons for years, and all access is restricted by decree of House Duendere. I will write a letter to Lord Dillamont of Whitebrim Front and request that he grant you permission to enter. That said, I fear my influence alone will not suffice, so I suggest that you request Lord Fansel do the same. Now your business in Camp Dragonhead is concluded, I suspect we may not meet again for some time. I wish you well on your journeys, Quest. May alone guide you. Well, I'm sure we'll probably get at least a couple of sightings of Horshaw throughout the patch content of Realm Reborn, and any potential other times we end up in Corvus before the patch content, if it happens to be in the general direction of Camp Dragonhead, before Heavensward, where he's one of the main characters. So, yeah. And that's all I'll say on that one. Although saying that, he's not main, he's just one of the side NPCs that happen to have more involvement in the story because, well, he's Ishgardian, you're going to Ishgard, it makes sense. Although, to be fair, actually, if we want to talk about, like, the main characters, like, for most of the main story, it would be you, Alphino, Estinian, Ysael. So, some characters we haven't met yet in terms of the playthrough. Imeric. I'm trying to remember off the top of my head all the characters. I know there's that area full of Moogles. Wonderful to see you again, Chris. If there's anything I can do to repay you, name it. So the airship you seek is likely inside the Stone Vigil. Shames me to say that it too was once an outpost held by House Hallionat. In the chaos that followed the calamity, the Dravanian horde caught us unawares. Thieves have held the outpost ever since. As we lack the strength of arms to retake the Stone Vigil, House Duendere instead has been charged with the duty. Given that I doubt that my words will carry much weight before Lord Dillamont, nevertheless I will write you a letter. Before you depart, word of caution. The cravens who attempt to destroy House Hallionat have yet to be unmasked. Though their plans are foiled, they doubtless still harbour great hatred towards us. And towards you now as well. Yeah, well, if anyone stops us from going in there on our own accord, other than just, you know, the regular people being like, you know, this might not be the greatest strategy. Oh, please, I fought multiple primals. A dragon? I can deal with that easily. You just lower stone at it and it will die. What do you mean that doesn't work? No, it works for me. But obviously, whoever interrupts us and stops us from being able to just go in there as soon as possible is obviously a heretic and therefore needs to be burnt at stake immediately. Because god damn it, if we end up having to do multiple different quests that all boil down to doing nothing until finally one of us has the great idea of actually doing something different that would allow us to actually, you know, make progress. Man, you know what? The way I keep speaking sometimes, it really feels like I need to forsake the light. I need to embrace the darkness. If only I could. I cannot embrace darkness yet. Well, I mean, I could always use black magic or go red mage to use a fusion of black and white magic to form red magic. But I can't become Dark Knight yet. Now, here's the thing. I think I brought this up before. We are level 51. Alright, that doesn't matter. The level doesn't matter in this case. Level would probably need to be... I'd say minimum level 50 is needed because, well, the area that you've got to go in is a level 50 quest. But if we head over here, like, I know people doing cartoon stuff. If we go over here and talk to the gate guard here, we actually will just get turned away. They just say, oh, you can't go in there. You have to complete before the dawn and be undertaking the quest coming to Ishgard. To review your quest progression, select duty from the main menu followed by journal. Which, yeah, it's just basically like, check, have you actually got the quest at the moment? No, we're doing Final Flight of the Enterprise. Of course we haven't. But that's a point to be made. We physically cannot actively go into Ishgard to get Dark Knight, Astrologian, and Machinist. So, of course, I see a clip yesterday of someone going through Corfast White around the similar time period, actually, and seeing someone with a cool Machinist weapon and being like, oh, I want to play that class. And it's like, how do we tell them? How do we tell them? You kind of have to make quite a bit of progress, as in you need to do all of Realm Reborn and get into Ishgard, so... Which thankfully doesn't take too long, like, the moment you're in Ishgard you can basically grab them, but still, it takes long enough where it's just like, ugh. And they start at level 30, which means you have to get 20 levels before you can even start doing the Ishgard quest, the Ishgard stuff in Heavensward proper, which kind of sucks in that sense. Thankfully for us, we have a bunch of healing gear because healer, so Astrologian actually can be easily leveled. You desire an audience with Lord Dillamont, do you? Ha! I desire a night in a warm bed with my wife, but wishing won't make it so. Oh, I have letters. What do we have here? Letters from Lord Horsefront and Francel, is it? A likely... Oh, you're serious. What to do, what to do. Ye of little faith. The time could not have been worse, traveller. Lord Dillamont's attentions are focused solely on the stone vigil at present. In any case, it is not my responsibility to escort fists. Take your letters and show them to... Sir Alboys. Yes, Sir Alboys can surely accommodate you. Seek her in the storeroom on the opposite side of the yard. And so we're going on a merry chase. God damn it. We're not allowed to make things easy for us, ever. But the storeroom. This is the store building here. Sir Bernard bade you speak with me, did he? I don't know why he presumed I would be in the best position to help, but I assure you that he is mistaken. Lord Dillamont hasn't time to spend speaking with low-ranking knights such as I. However, he always has a moment to spare for head Churchian Astidian. Astidian? Oh, whatever. Why not visit the infirmary upstairs and show your letters to him? Alright, well, here we go then. The nauseating aspects of this quest line. I remember these vividly. Out of absolute annoyance. This guy up here. You here to visit a patient? What's this? Letters of introduction from House Four Temps and Hallianat? With documents such as these, you need seek an escort. Pray proceed to the barracks and speak with Sir Giddenox. He should know Lord Dillamont's current whereabouts. And for the record, Sid takes position here inside the infirmary for the time being, and Alvino just stands in the cold still. You think by now he would have probably gone to somewhere inside, but then again there was a fire, so... Actually, Alvino, how cold are you right now? He's not mentioning how cold he is, he's just mentioning about how time is of the essence. Okay, well that's ever helpful, I guess. It's not. Anyways, I'm stepping on your food. And that person apparently feels like they have eaten a whole dragon. I guess that's an Ishgardian saying. You there, are you the person I'm looking for? What reason have you for barging into... Oh, I see. Well, you're in luck. Lord Gentleman is just up these stairs. Let us all know I would not expect much. House Doonard areas as a whole does not hold adventurers in high regard. You had best state your intentions quickly and secondly. Show proper respect and you should be returned in kind. Oh, wow, blow him. Okay, that's a joke, but still. Sir Gunlock's permitted you passage? Very well. Speak. One a letter and a two a letter. Slaps me in the face for saying it like that. You wish to brave a ruined outpost filled with skeleton to secure an airship that may or may not be there. Are you the avatar of the Fury herself? Ho ho! And in comes Alphino and Sid to help us out in dialogue. We are the Signs of the Seventh Dawn, Lord Gillamont. You know our name and you know our deeds. We come to Corvus to slay Garuda, Lady of the Vortex. To that end, we seek the Enterprise, the airship of Master Sid Nan Golon, who stands before you now. Master Golon, you're alive! But that's impossible! Indeed it is, my lord. And here comes the Inquisitor fella. Do not be deceived by their honeyed words. These foreigners are not to be trusted. At this critical moment in Guardian history, as House Dinner marshals its forces to retake the Stone Vigil, who should appear in Whitebeard front but three mysterious strangers? Said Garlon, missing and presumed dead since before the Calamity, and two Signs of the Seventh Dawn, a defunct band of misfits recently exterminated by the Empire. Lesser houses may have been duped by these grandiose lies, but I should hope that whole House Dunadir would have greater sense. I know not why these three seek the Stone Vigil, but I know that we cannot permit them to pass. On the one hand, you would like me to, you know, do this thing called getting my airship and fucking the White off. And then on the other hand, proceeds to go, no, I won't allow you to enter the area where the airship may actually be. Gee, I wonder who's influencing everything that's forcing us to do all the bullshit quests. Thank you for your counsel, Inquisitor. For a moment, I nearly believed this murmur's farce. Alright, well, we're done here then. You three will not enter the outpost until we have reclaimed it, until you declare your true intentions as well. Well, we don't have anything else because those are the true intentions, so it could be moons before House Doom purges the dragons in the Stone Vigil. We cannot afford to wait that long. Sid, Chris, we must do whatever it takes to earn Lord Dillimon's trust, understood? Alright, maybe we shouldn't say it in front of the Christopher because he seems to have a hard-on for me not being able to do what he also wants me to do. You know, how very schizophrenic there, but whatever. Anyway, clearly we're not going to be able to do much there, though there are a few side quests here that could be useful, maybe in just giving a bit of lore thing. But the only quest that we actually have to do is this one here. Factual Folklore. You're the lad responsible for that commotion upstairs. Aye, well, our travel's fast and right in front. Gather you still wish to change Lord Dillamont's mind? If there's one thing I've learned about the man in my time here, is that he listens to and respects the opinions of those under his command. When over the barracks, and he's sure to take notice. How, you ask? Oh, well, that's easy. Serve the poor soul's decent fare for a change. Last week's supply shipments contain no meat whatsoever, and the knights are rightfully beginning to complain. Figured we could prepare them steaks using mud puppy tail meat. Wouldn't be a quality meal, 'tis true, but it'd be a damn sight better than nothing. If you mind to lend a hand, why not wait a lurking mud puppy in death than if in pass? Take a spoil of vinegar. Locals say it weakens mud puppies by clogging their mucus glands, drying their skin. And we get a tutorial about using key items on a target, as highlighted by a scared antelope, because there's a quest in that area that would have you do that. Which is where you probably would be the first time you'd actually be using a key item on a target, actually. No, pardon me. So yes, let's make our way up to a pass that will allow us to then kill a thing. Pardon me. We just have to, you know, make our way there, do the thing, make our way back, do more things, make our way back, do more things, make our way back. At some point head over near to the entrance of the Snow Cloak. Head back. For the record though, Snow Cloak is not being done at this point. We do not get access to this until the patch content. Whoopee! Which means, yes, we do go back here. But well. Although I've not been keeping that one a secret at all. I'm trying, now for the record, I am trying to not say anything that would be too spoilery. Like, I can say like, oh yeah, like things that are already common knowledge that anyone would know, like, oh, Heaven's Ward takes place in Ishgard itself, and it's like, oh yeah, it makes sense. Like, it'd be silly to think otherwise. Oh yeah, I need to actually select it, and then use the dark side of vinegar. Never mind. Maybe I should have, like, stunned it. Whee! Right, and off we go. And the only reason why I feel concerned about part of my mouth is because I can feel this side and I can feel distinctly where the bone is on my cheek. Whereas this side, there's definitely a bit that seems a bit inflamed again. And I don't want to go like, oh boy, another infection. Yippee, I might as well change my name to Asmo quick. And that is the closest thing you'll get to me actually talking about that man, because bloody hell I do not want to talk about how he goes about his day. Fucking hell. But seriously. Like, If I see one too many Asmongold clips, I might just shave my hair off and my beard. Then I can't be thinking, man, why does my hair look like his? What the fuck is wrong with me? Then again, I guess this is mental illness talking more than anything else. One unicorn safely into the oven later. It didn't work, did it? I thought it was an idiotic idea. No, I got the meat here. Oh dear, remind me to never wander near Mudpony spawning grounds without a bowl of vinegar. Anyway, that should only take a moment. I'll just need to do this, and voila! Never seen a man cook steaks that fast, have you? Take these 3 and distribute them to the hungry knights here. And up above. Alright, well. Here you go, person. You there, lad. Don't think I didn't see you and the cook conspiring together. Let me make myself perfectly clear. If you wish to buy my trust for a steak, it'd be my pleasure to oblige you. Oh, alright then, here you go. Yes! Yes! I feel invigorated, refreshed, as if I have the strength of 10 men and their wits besides. I should have no trouble concocting a new reason to refrain from sentry duty. Oh, right, okay, well, maybe we shouldn't have offered that guy thing. Well, we ought to at least receive a hearty meal before we march off to die in this godforsaken waste. Well, here you go, have some steak. Is that fresh cooked steak? Hello's blessings be upon you, my friend. Mud puppy meat or no, is the most delicious food I've had in a fortnight. They said fortnight. Oh my god, those people can fuck right off. The saying fortnight means it's been 2 weeks. Not a reference to Finnegan is actually alright. Fortnight's alright. It's not bad, it's not good. I'd much rather all the children be located in a different game than the one I'm playing, so hey, you know what? Fair enough. Ever must we train to maintain our skills at arms, yet whenever are we to receive proper sustenance? Well, have no fear, good sir, here you go. You are a godsend, my friend. Too few appreciate the house doing dear must do more than its fair share for the sake of Ishgard. Well, indeed. Anyway, let's speak of... I just realised that it says House Hosterford, which is similar to... God damn it. It feels wonderful to see everyone in such high spirits. Amazing what good food can do for morale, eh? Ah, but I forgot about the hard-working children at the infirmary. So rarely do they take their meals here in the hall. Am I taking the steak to Sonota? She's doubtless so preoccupied with the health of her patients that she's neglected to attend to her own. Alright, if you say so, we'll go do that. It's just a small hop, skip in and jump off across the courtyard anyway. And it's the infirmary, so that means I need to make sure I'm not being absolutely wrong in which direction I need to go. I went the wrong... Well, no, that's like I went that way first, but there was no road for anything else to be. Over there? Yeah. Beg your pardon, sir, but I'm busy attending to this man. I'll be with you in a moment. Here is your steak. Is that... Come to think of it, has been quite a while since I last ate. Suppose it wouldn't hurt to have a nibble. Oh my, this is fantastic! Thank you so much. I'll eat the rest right away. Well, we'll get some raptor stew out of it. And Sid has a quest for us. Yippee! The best inventions. May I have a word with you, Chris? Concerns the Turduans. After speaking with them earlier, I learned that they lacked sufficient ambience for their needs, you see. So I used some of their broken equipment to craft more advanced alamic, both as a gesture of goodwill and as a means to help me recover my memory, since working with my hands kindles familiar feelings. All I require to complete the device are the core of 3 ice whites. Though commonly used to reduce temperatures of alchemical mixtures, there is a way to alter their properties so that they draw the cold from within rather than radiate it without. It must sound ridiculous to you, impossible even, yet somehow I know it will work. And so our next objective is quite simple. Go outside the white in front and kill ourselves a couple of ice sprites. Simple objective. Now, although the quest objective tells us to go in one particular direction, we actually don't need to because there's a bunch over this way anyway. And that's when those damn lot of our archers are around. The thing is, I'm not seeing some suddenly randomly die while no one's around. I'm going to say that there isn't any. Rocks versus ice. The rock tends to win. This is actually true. In Pokemon, rock does beat ice. And in real life, actually. Like, if you've got a same size block and the same size block of ice, the rock can actually break the ice. Could also make a shelf of a fridge if you're not careful. Note it was actually a hammer I used, but still. That was a foolish mistake on my part. I forgot how fragile glass shelves can be. Or maybe they were. Maybe whatever plastic was used to keep it together failed as well. Anyway, with that done, we can now head back to Sid. A simple objective. Now, do we need to bore you with the dialogue that's going to occur? Because I can tell you right now, the Inquisitor's going to show up and it's going to be like, no, don't use what Sid's made. That would be a heresy thing. And we'll be like, no, just trying to get your trust because we actually want to go to the place. You're stopping me. You hypocritical, narcissistic asshole. But, regardless. Have you obtained the cores? If so, please show them to me. Oh, here's the cores. The machine gets made, bravo. What an amazing device, but is it truly emblematic? So, I've never seen its like before. I'm too unsure what to make of this machine. Well, something impressive. I have no idea how to make use of it. Nevertheless, it is as effective as he claims. It will be a great boon to the infirmary. Think of the medicines we could create, the lives we could save. Even so, I wonder. And then Guillermin shows up, blah 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 blah. Skip over that, because yeah, we're not getting anything there. From there. Influencing Inquisitors. Before I can say Lord didn't want to help us, it seems we must convince Inquisitor Guillermin that we are not his enemy. But just how might we go about doing that? We know little and less about the good Inquisitor, despite him being such a prominent figure in Corvus. Perhaps we should learn more by speaking with the people of Whitebrim Front. Sure you'll find yourself in the square? I'm sure you can formulate a strategy from there. So yeah, there was no need for me to carry on with the dialogue there in that cutscene because it is literally just, no, don't allow them to have helped you. Inquisitor Guillermin. Yes, of course, I know of him. Alas, I have not seen him since the day he came to Whitebrim Front several moons ago. Memory is somewhat muddled, but I recall that a blizzard nearly buried us in snow that day, and I had the ill fortune of being assigned to the Night's Watch. While the stronghold slept, we walked the walls and patrolled the exterior in the darkness black as pitch. My route took me outside the eastern gate at one point, where I caught sight of a silhouette illuminated by the light of the sea. I think it was a wayward traveller. I cried out and gave chase, but slipped and took a terrible fall. When I woke, it was days later in this very bed, where I have lain recuperating from my injuries ever since. I tried to rescue him, but in the end, Inspector Guillermin rescued me, carrying my unconscious body to the gates. I owe him my life, sir, and I hope to one day repay his kindness. Oh, anyways, the other one that's over in this area will be down here, as it's Albois. Inspector Guillermin, I am the foggiest of whom you speak. Unbeliever! We have learned of your deeds at Witch Drop. I will have no party to whatever dastardly schemes you've hatched against the Inquisitor. Away with you! Gee, someone's being suspicious. But no matter, we'll just carry on our day. Besides, we've got to talk to this guy called Patrick. Oh, that's actually a rather simple name. You're under Inspector Guillermin's watch of gaze, unprecedented numbers of heretics been unmasked in Boards of Justice. Say he goes without sleep, so great is his devotion. Blessed are we to have such a goodly, righteous man to protect us. Sure. Whatever you say. Anyways. The last person we need to question is in here. And it's the chef from earlier. The OC has decreed that the Inquisitors are the arbiters of Alone's will. They are to be afforded every courtesy and the utmost respect. Alright, well that was useless. We got all the prevalent information immediately. God damn it. Hey Alpha, no. I've wasted my time talking to more people than I should have. Maybe I should get acquitted. Anyway. See, you need to get out of the cold, for fuck's sake. In case you have yet noticed, my attire is ill-suited to this climate. Realised it soon after arrival, but pay it no mind, as I had hoped we might find the Enterprise far faster. Instead, we wasted far too much time meddling in local affairs. Well, that's just the way it goes. Never mind, our journey is almost at an end. All that remains is to deal with this irksome Inquisitor. Sid tells me you've been busy making inquiries, yes? It should come no surprise that he's held in high regard. Even so, I'm beginning to suspect he has other reasons for hindering us now. Let's more closely review the testimonials you've attained. Mayhap they will provide insight into Inquisitor Guillermin's motivations. Let's fiddle through the stuff. Connect all the dots, as they say. Make it absolutely certain, 100% we know exactly what we've got to look for. By the lights of Ishgard! Something troubles me about that Wounded Knight's account. He claims he fell chasing a figure in the darkness that he saw outside the eastern gate, but the main road leads to the southwestern gate. Since we arrived in Whitebrim Front, I've seen no travellers arrive by the eastern gate. Moreover, he said he glimpsed the silhouette illuminated by the light of the sea, which would imply that the Inquisitor came from north of the city gate, not south. But it cannot be so. That way leads naught but a deep chasm.
Assuming Sir Juliet is not misremembering, the Inquisitor's behaviour that night makes absolutely no sense. At least to me. Mayhap retracing his steps will shed light on this mystery. Yep, and now there's two ways you can go about it. You can either be a smart person and go out this gate and go to that chasm normally. Or you can do what a number of people do, aka the idiotic approach. Many a player does this. If you haven't done this at least once, then are you human? Because the objective is down there by that dead dragon. So yeah, we can do the stupid choice. This bridge doesn't let me do it. No, I want to do the stupid. Oh, fine, I'll walk through the fate and do it. Front and center. Looks like some minions are actually attacking. Well, while they're busy doing that, the stupid option. Whee! Ow! I didn't even land on the marker, thankfully. I landed on a ledge, but still. We went down to 1 health. I'll benediction quickly. Silly me. But anyway, there's a snow mound, a dead dragon, and plasmoids. No! Obviously, they're not as much of a fight as I make it out to be. They're just plasmoids after all. And they like using thunder. They feel the thunder. I shoot myself for making reference to horrible song. Anywho, plasmoids. Yeah, they just shoot thunder continuously. That's all. Need I say more? They just need some frogs thrown at them, punched, I guess, if you're playing Purgilist, other things depending on what you're playing. Anyway, though that's done, pardon me, the snow mound, yes, we should probably investigate that. Why, it's the Inquisitor! Wait, but if the Inquisitor's dead here on the ground next to a dragon, then who's been telling me not to do shit? Obviously, yeah, the Inquisitors are fake, it turns out. Well, guess it's time to go get Alpha know the evidence so that we can then, I don't know, be like, guys, look, this bloody object, it's proof that you're not believing the guy. Oh, look, the outsider, that's possibly a heretic being an idiot again. I bet he jumped into that chasm and broke his legs. Instead of using that gate that's literally right there. What an idiot. Behold, Heaven's Ward, City of Vishgard. One day we'll get there. Damn it, Chris, why do you have to pick long games sometimes? It's not my fault, I like playing long games. But still, damn it me! Why do I do this to myself? Why couldn't I play genres that are very short and sweet, instead of long and absolutely fabulously sweet? You found something, didn't you? Well, don't keep me in waiting and suspense. Let's see it. Well, it's a bit blooded, but here you go. Given the context of this encyclical, I believe you've just made the acquaintance of the real Inquisitor Gullymede. The newly come to court fast and murdered on the day of survival. Yes, it would have been a simple thing to assume his identity, for even if he were to behave oddly, who would dare question the wisdom of a powerful appointment? Still, while this is incontrovertible proof that the Inquisitor is an impostor, we have yet to discern his true identity or why he has decided to oppose us. We must proceed quickly, before he learns that his deception has been discovered. And we do get another weapon coffer of level 40 variety. Also, we hit level 52, which just nets us a Afflatus Solus. Sweet, I guess. Now, think back to when we went and looked at the actions earlier. This requires a lily. Hold on a second. We do not get lilies yet. We do not get that until we do the level 52 White Mage quest. This means that the skill of Afflatus Solus, currently on our thing here, is completely and utterly useless. So for the time being, we're just going to put it over here. We'll put Benediction over there because some of this other stuff on the bar I'll actually happily use. So we'll put it there for now, and it's unusable. Yay. Blood for blood. Bad for blood. Back for blood. Bad blood. I'm fighting you in the hell in a cell. But what might persuade a man so quick to disregard the endorsements of two high houses? The cook did say that the Lord listens to and respects the opinions of his knights, so a knight were to provide testimony that supports our claim. Yes, mayhap that is the only way left to us. Confront Sir Jolot with the evidence you've discovered and see if it helps him to recall the truth of that night. As a man of faith, he may find it difficult to cope with such horrifying revelation. Nevertheless, we must do everything within our power to secure the enterprise. Oh, Jolot. You know what? Your name's Joel. I've got this golf club. I'm gonna go and trigger some PTSD on some people real quick. At least that's how people behave. Anyway. Oh, you've returned. Is there something else you wanted to ask? Found this. The Inquisitor is an imposter? Don't be preposterous! That could not possibly be true. Why, I saw him doing medbay! That means he can't be an imposter! We turned visual things off. Did you now? He is a paragon of virtue, a dedicated servant of the Fury. You would have me believe that all is a lie? If you're so certain that your ludicrous story is true, then go ask Sir Pernilla. She was at the Eastern Gate that night, and she helped the Inquisitor carry me here. But I will never speak against the man who saved my life. Alright, well, we'll go and show it to her then. Fair enough. They are currently, I believe, down here. Yeah, they are. You! I do not believe I know you, sir. Pray move along and tell me no more. You're flighty. I don't know about handy bloody documents to strangers. Why would you show me such a dreadful thing? I know aught of it. Aught of it all. What, do I doubt? Yeah, we have to cast doubt. Really now? Are you sure about that? You know, don't you? Ah, fury take me. I prayed this day would come. When Sir Julian gave chase, I followed close behind. He didn't fall. One of those Javarian abominations lashed out at him, and he killed him right then and there. I drew my sword and watched to his side, straining to see the enemy, but what came from the dark was not a beast but a voice. He knew things about me, about my family, secrets I had never told another. He said that if I kept his confidence, Sir Jolont and I would be spared, but if I defied him, everyone I loved would suffer unimaginable horrors before they died. When at last I agreed to his terms, the man came forward. His robes marked him as an Inquisitor, but I knew him to be false. Together we carried Sir Jolont to the infirmary, and on his first night in Whiteburn front, Inquisitor Guillermain was held as a hero. Soon after came the accusations. Countless men and women of good moral standing seized while in possession of draconian rosaries. As I feared, he was condemning the innocent to death. I wanted to confess to Lord Drillamont, wanted to put an end to the madness, but then I would remember the Inquisitor's threats, and so I did nothing, until Lord Fansel was accused. Some time ago, I followed the Inquisitor and found that he kept draconian rosaries in the chest hidden southeast of Whiteburn front, so I took several from his chest and planted them in shipments bound for Skyfire locks. As I hoped, they were discovered and considered evidence of a conspiracy against Hal Hallionat, thus exonerating Lord Fansel and casting doubt on the other recent trials. And that is the entire truth. Hello, forgive me for not acting sooner. So Pernilla here was the one that was placing them specifically in the ones for House Hallionat, which meant that everything could have gone a lot worse, you damn idiot. It's a good thing we were here to try and put a stop to it. I was so Horsefunk for actually believing us. But still. Well, good news is we can now go grab them and put an end to this stupid bullshit. Another snow mound! Why, it's another body of the Inquisitor! Wait, how are there two of them? It's a suspicious box! Why? How suspicious? Well, anyway, we'll pick up the box. Whatever happens to be in the box, no, let's not reference it again, ends up being, well, the Draconian rosaries, most likely. So let's present our findings to Drillamont. Monty Mole. Mario. Nah. Drillamont would be a Monty Mole, because he has Mont in his name. That's all. Don't use me to class what makes you a main of anything. Hey, at least I don't accuse you of being gay continuously, unlike multiple users on TikTok do. Why do you persist in this folly? I will not grant you free access to the Stone Vigil. Do not make me repeat myself. But I have some evidence here. Those better be very good explanation for you're carrying these rosaries. When do you find this Papal Encyclo? Fury, take me. The Inquisitor is a heretic? Never before have I heard such an unbelievable tale, but this evidence in your testimony could have no other explanation. See, now they believe us. I have misjudged you and your friends, and for that I deeply apologize. I will permit you to enter the outpost, but first I must needs beg your assistance. Help me and my knights bring this infernal impostor to justice. Oh boy, I love this. Give me the silver pieces. The heretic among us. Among Us, you say? Oh, this game, come on, Wild One came out long before Among Us. Like, this isn't fair. That thrice-damned heretic has murdered countless innocents and made a mockery of our laws. Hells take him and his Javarian allies. I'm told he makes for Snowcloak even now, turning out judgment upon yet another poor soul whom he has branded heretic. If you hurry, there may still be time to prevent further tragedy. Lend me your strength. Together, let us put an end to this impostor's heresy once and for all. Fair enough. Onwards! For we must put an end to this heresy, and because I can reference on here, heretic blood, and then guitar sounds. I can't play guitar that well at all. I barely know how to.
And the times when I do think I know, it's not good. There's a reason why noise complaints can occur quite easily, actually. And again, who needs a guitar when you can play a recorder? You know, if I wanted to say I wanted to blow things, I feel like it would be easier to just say I'm gay instead of saying I like to use a recorder to play music. You know, that sort of thing just seems like a simpler, less embarrassing thing. I don't know, it just feels like there would be a few woodwind instruments that you just wouldn't want to admit that you blow into. I don't know. Yeah, for the record though, this is not a statement as to what I like to do in the bed. Before anyone jumps at me for anything, please, I'm lonely. I highly doubt I would get any amount here in any way, shape or form. Good to have you with us, sir. When Lord Dillamont arrives, we are to confront the Inquisitor. If he refuses to go quietly, we will need to use force. Are you prepared for that eventuality? Oh, I better be, because this is a GT. Yeah, pardon me. You needn't tremble so, my child. The righteous shall enjoy everlasting peace in their own halls. Only the wicked. But why? Why must I die? But all that is holy. I swear to you that I have never questioned the teachings of alone. Inquisitor, release the maid and come with us. My Lord Dillamont, what is the meaning of this interruption? You are aware that I am at present conducting an interrogation, are you not? Silence, villain! I name ye heretic, murderer, Inquisitor in Gullier Main, and countless innocents. You are a traitor to Ishgard and to your own kith and kin. Your sins are beyond measure, beyond redemption. Oh then. Grave allegations indeed, but you'll find your logic is flawed. How can I betray that which I owe no allegiance? No, Lord Dillamont, my conscience is quite clear, I assure you. I wonder, can you say the same? You whose hands are black with the blood of those whose only sin was to question your nation's crazed crusade. You speak to me of Ishgardian innocence? Ha! All are complicit in these crimes, for all live their lives by the Archbishop's lies. Or I will maybe end up having to deal with the Archbishop in Eversward. But anyway, but still, that doesn't mean much. Go in mind, you are killing countless innocents. But I know you will not hear me deafened by dogma as you are. If you desire retribution or judgment, then come. Let us see how Ishgardian still fares against Devorian Fang and Claw. And so the objective is simple. Bring him down. He is refusing to come quietly, which means we got permission to shoot him. Show the heretic no mercy. He must pay for the innocent blood he has spilled. Indeed we shall. Ignorant swine. Soon you shall know the fertility of your faith. By God, he's casting the smell of rotten meat. We're screwed. No, it just means that some wormhounds appear. And they start making their way down here, but some archer fella decides to be an idiot and go around like that and take all the aggro. Like the idiot he is. Seriously, what the fuck is wrong with that one? Anyway, while they're dealing with the Inquisitor, we deal with these things. Oh, I mean, I have to make sure that guy lives because he's an idiot. Anyway. Breaking convention, that's the only thing I can look at. Anyway, he casts Ruin like a standard Arcanist. You can tell when they use specific stuff. Do you see, heretic? You and your allies are no match for the might of Ishgard. How long you are, Ishgardian? I've been blessed with power far beyond your ken. Come, my brothers! Grant me the strength to smite our enemies. And so the Inquisitor at this point, well, it's a fake Inquisitor, turns into a dragon. I am reborn! Stand your ground. 'Tis but an illusion. It looks very real to me. As he goes, one person. A wyvern that spawns somewhere. A dragon stands before you. Yet still you do not flee. Your magics have no power over me, heretic. Now while they deal with that guy, we can deal with this wyvern.
I should probably also heal myself, I realise that now. Oh, there's a cowboy attack. And a wormhound has now also spawned. No! No! It cannot be! No, don't turn around at that point, you fool! The fool petrified himself. Well, one half is defeated, and I want a TikTok. Maybe that's a bit more than I should, but yeah, well. TikTok! Yum, 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 yum. My glamour's dispelled. Your plans lie in ruin, heretic. Choose your words wisely, for they will be your last. You may not recall how many Ishgalians I have sentenced, but the families of the dead will never forget. Blood has been repaid with blood, and for that, I am content. My only regret is that you yet live. Oh, really? So I'm the one that's bad on that one. Yeah, well. But your end is nigh, foreigner. The dragon's ruined stone vigil will rend you asunder, and when you are dead, white brim front shall fall. Blech, blech, dead. Well, and we'll never have to deal with that guy again. Actually, no, legitimately. This time. Defiant to the last. Leave the body for the crows. His ilk deserves naught better. Chris, I must apologise for involving you in his sordid business. You should have never been asked to intervene in Ishgalian affairs of the state. Rest assured, I have not forgotten the matter which first brought you into our midst. It is time that you will reunite with your airship. This is not a place to discuss such matters. Pray visit me right in front and bring your associates. Which means, hooray! Finally, we're able to go into Stone Vigil. It only took us 1 hour and 7 minutes! Should we try it over there? Boing, 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 giggy, boing. Where's the air thing? Oh, I don't know if the air thing's open. Oh, fuck. Oh, oops. Just went into a wall while I'm checking because I'm thinking, someone put that off. Yeah, but oh. Oh no! Where have you been, Chris? The Fortune Prince has been slain, has he? Yes, well, his was a tale always like to end in bloodshed. Though you've overcome the latest in the long line of unfortunate impediments, I would ask that you not to revel in your victory just yet. We can celebrate once we have secured the Enterprise. Indeed we can. In pursuit of the past. As I'm sure you will agree, it's past time we entered the Stone Vigil. Pray Lord Drillman a visit and remind him of his obligation to us. Sid and I will follow anon. Yeah, because you're just tags along to my adventure. In your standard Final Fantasy adventure, our party would probably consist of Drillamont, Sid and Alphino. Like, that would make sense.
And not just generic Scion adventurer thingies that the game has for you. Like, it was designed with that in the first place, you know. Were you all a great debt of gratitude? Had it not been for you, the heretic masquerading as Inquisitor Gulliman would still be among us, free to prey upon the innocent. I see now that I was a fool to dismiss your claims out of hand, but you must understand, it seemed too much to hope that the Scions of the Seventh Dawn still lived, and to say nothing of Master Garlon. Never have been happier to be proven wrong. Well, it's gratifying to know that someone has derived a measure of enjoyment from your error. Well, now if you have no further objections, we appreciate if you would permit us to enter the Stone Vigil and retrieve our airship. Yes, of course, it is the very least I can do given all that you have done for us, but our post is the least of your concerns, I fear. You speak of the Navarians that now hold the ruin. In part, yes, I should explain. Shortly after you first arrived, Admin scoured the old records. They confirmed that an abandoned airship had been seized by the soldiers garrisoned at the Stone Vigil in the days following the calamity. As far as we're able to ascertain, it was still in their custody when the outpost was overrun by the dragons. Whether it was damaged or destroyed during the battle, I cannot say, nor can I give you any assurances that it has not been removed in the intervening years. For far too long, the ruin has served as a Draconian foothold in Corvus, from which they have struck out at us with depressing regularity. Though we have pushed them back behind the walls, we have yet been able to drive them out. Now, I cannot say when the situation will change. Or how it will change. Forgive me, Lord Gillamont, but there is no guarantee that you will prevail. In any event, we have not the time to wait. We will secure our property without Ishgardian aid. I see. Well, be that for the best. I shall inform Sir Nephilain of your impending visit. May alone guide you, Scions. We shall be guided. Well, or at the very least told, yeah, this is the front door. You can to the place. You can go in there. I argue that it would be a fight that would be easily able to be done with others. Oh wait, no, I'm healing. Wait, no. No, actually, no, because then we can't. Then again, all the cutscene would be is, hey, look, it's the Enterprise. Oh shit, there be dragon. So, you know, it's probably one where we could probably skip it. Or we could always go Wed Mage. Say fuck being a healer. Play a tank, no, not tank class, play a DPS class. If I want to play a tank class at any point, I've got to level up Gladiator Marauder. I kinda can't just necessarily go beelining into Gunbreaker. The fate, Giant Seps happens to be active. Nephilain. Hail, Chris. Lord Gillamont has apprised me of the situation. You may enter the Stone Vigil whenever so you will. Whensoever you will. Even then, maybe I just don't want to heal a dungeon. You never know. So yeah. Sun Temple, blah 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 blah. Anyway, they're still classed as Scions, even though technically the Scions are not around as much right now. It's what it is though. Juice pour. Would that be worthwhile? It'll take a little bit longer, but it's what it is. Yeah, you know what, let's just G support it. I don't know, I'm still thinking back to Turtleback and being like, man, even if I just don't know, skip. Okay, so we get a bit of an overview of like the first area here of the place. That's about it really. I'm like, and then I'm like, I'll do the thing that screws it all up. But I'm like, anyway, we get forced down to level 43, so we can't use Holy at this point, damn it. Yeah, I'm opening the window. I need some air in here. Cast of an Xbox. Makes the room a lot more stuffier.
Anyways, if we try heading this way, actually, first. One thing about doing support is lovely is the fact I can actually explore the map. So, behold, Wubble, it's in our way. We can't just head that way. Damn it. Well, it's quite obvious on the map, but you never know where treasure coffers may be. So anyway, as we head along this way... Hey, Gads, a dragon! Quick, hide in the side room! Damn it! That didn't work in our favour at all. Well, for a good thing I can use Medica. Anyway, Farian Outflyer. I aggroed it. Like the idiot I am, but you know. It's only AI we're using. No, I'm saying that cures not do as much in the overall grand scheme of things. Maybe there's a point where cure 2 is just the better cure to use, and then cure 1's only useful when it's like for free, so it's like, oh, might as well. But then again, we have regen, and of course, technically speaking, we would have Frutus Solus as well, but we don't. And this is a side room that has nothing as well. Lovely! I love side rooms that have nothing at all. Nothing at all. Nothing at all. Stupid sexy rooms. I realise the way that I pronounce some words that might sound wrong, but I'm referring to when there's a square of a place, like a house, and all that. Not the other thing that I could end up accidentally pronouncing. Oh, I know, yeah, free cure is specifically cure 2. You know what, yeah, I just got this. Let's go further ahead. A lot of decor around that you can't really do much with. Right, anyway, into the next hallway where we have a third room of nothing. But there's no need to be alarmed. 3 Jafarian Outflyers are here to ruin our day. Well, by that I mean I get to cast Arrow on 3 enemies, throw a walk at one of them, cast regen on the warder so they don't die horribly, then make a cure while I'm at it. And while we're doing that, check out the 4th room that contains nothing as well. A bunch of empty rooms. Square Enix, I'm fine with a bunch of empty rooms, but at the same time, it's like, cool, we can waste our time. See, that's the thing, if they have nothing interesting they want to put in a dungeon, then just don't have additional pathways. Like, that philosophy just makes a level of sense. Anyway, heading over here, sadly, we're going to get attacked by the dragon again. But hey, 2 more Jafarian Outflyers. And hey, look, it's the bubble that stops us from going, just continuing around the corner. From a different part. This first area is quite simple, fast, to be honest. Pardon me. Weave your way around through the bubble, facing a bunch of Jafarian Outflyers in the process, and you get to the Barbican. We have been not invited to the cookout. We have invaded the cookout. We have chosen to jump over the fence and pretend like we know of like there's a friend that we have common relations with that has invited us. We obviously say the name of someone that just so happens to be there. To be a guy and all that. It just happens that they're a little late. Anyways, the gimmick of this fight, although I am casting regen, is that there's a status condition that occurs. Issue of it. And occasionally it will go for these swinges, which you just have to maneuver yourself out of the way from the front of it. Every time Lion's Breath is cast, Ishuna. Which means they've made this fight easier when they made Ishuna instant cast. Because it means now I just do that immediately, which is lovely. Thank you, game. Love when the game does something that makes perfect sense. Of course, you have to cast Ishuna at the right time and not trying to cheat it at all in the slightest. Whee! So yeah, this first boss is a simple one. DPS, just DPS it down. Tank, just keep the aggro. Healer, Ishuna. Like, if anything, this is a healing check. Like, you understand how to deal with debuffs. And hey, if you're playing White Mage, you have regen. So also top them up with regen. And, yeah. You know, it's simple enough logic. It works. Like, seriously, the only person that should be taking any damage from this fight is solely the tank. If the DPSs are taking damage or getting the buns dot, then they are doing a bad job. End of story. Oh, and if you don't bother healing the tank, then that means you're doing the bad job. Bravo! Anywho, we get inside the jam buyers. That's a pair of knives. Anywho, there used to be another boss fight-ish right over here. Or at least there used to be another thing over here. Left Patrice. There used to be an area you could go into and the thing to be done. It contains a carrier scissors and a Dravonian outflyer, so just, I don't know, do what you do best with them at this point. But there is another weapon, another treasure coffer. Use it and get some Ishgardian steel. No, exactly. They're just next to Ishgardian steel. I believe it's needed for certain recipes. It's a unique alloy. Other than that, search recipes using this. Knight Captain's chair in the woodworking side, and a bunch of outdoor furnishings and table stuff as well in the smithing side of things. These are primarily high level recipes that is used for the player housing. So if you farm enough of these, I'm sure people who are designing stuff for their player housing would love them to make their stuff if they happen to have the disciple of hand classes, or make it yourself and sell them on the marketplace. All in all, you can make profit, I guess. Anyway, more Javarian outflyers and aces. Simple enough at this point. I wish I had Holy. I don't have the DPS option yet. That actually annoys me a little. We can also see in the distance some more Javarian outflyers and a carrier scissors. Oh boy, lovely. Just more of the same. Thank you, game. Bozo, what's that? A fourth enemy appears. We can actually time this and wait for them to start walking away and maybe not aggro them. But that's boring. Let's go now. In doing so, it's the dragon thing again. No. Damn it. I fell into that trap. That wasn't really much of a trap. It was just me being an idiot. But a Dragon Avis, you know, just simple enough stuff. The limit break is maxed out. That means they're going to use it on the second boss, the White Patrice. And I need to remember to heal. My mind is a little distracted on these things. Maybe I should change to Wet Mage. You know, because at least then I'd be playing DPS and I wouldn't have to care about the tank and all that as much. Although you do get third core eventually. Anyway, making our ways through this hallway, and you can see the dragon that's been harassing us the entire time over there. How lovely. You know, I like it when you're able to see things like that. You can just be like, ah yes, that's the fucker over there. We've got to get to them. Otherwise we've been wasting our time. Well, I just have to regen again like an idiot. Anyway, there is a treasure coffer over here, so make sure to take the process. So this room actually has a reason. And we got some vigil cuffs. Yeah, that's alright. Then I guess at the end of the day, a lot of this stuff is just going to be gear. It's an armory chest until we actually get, you know, classes up the stuff. And at the end of the day, that's just how it's going to be. We can also plug some holes in gear with the weapon coffers we do have. Though I don't know why I'm keeping the weapon coffers around. I could easily do other things. Why am I casting Cure 3? Behold, Cure 3! There we... I don't know why I'd use it over Medica 2. Or Medica even. The AoE healing spells. Oh look! Before we can even face the boss, another outflyer and 2 scissors! Yay! I love you, carrier scissors! No wait, no, that's carrying cross. I hate these carrier scissors. Ugh. Don't you die on me, Scion Marauder. Stones into the skin. As it slides into the gaps of the skin, you get a giant infection and gangrene now because I threw stones into the infection, so into the infected stuff. Also maybe a Charlotte glass or 2. I let the wind be violent, tear the skin apart. Well, you see some dragon ibises over there, but there's a wall of fire. Damn it! How did I know that we were lead balloons? Anyway. Koshchai, the fucker that's been harassing us the entire time. Starting off with a tank buster in the spike tail maneuver. We'll target everyone else with that big AoE there afterwards, so you know, just stand out of the way. The main gimmick of this fight is its Typhoon attack that it's just using now. It will summon, well, in the first time, 3, and it's best just move to where the one that isn't is about, that doesn't exist could be, and then move more central again. You can do that. But every other time after this single instance of it being 3, it'll be 4, and then it'll move in an instance of 2 and 2. Tends to be random, I'd argue. Maybe there is a pattern to it. I don't know fully, to be fair. But at the end of the day, it will go for them more often than not, and we'll just have to avoid them while doing our various tasks of killing the fucker, as it were. See, now it's 4. We just have to make sure that we're positioned somewhere where we can still attack quite easily. And funny thing is, because it isn't charging up an AoE attack, the AI actually fucking hits it once they've moved out of the way. You know, the sensible thing. All aboard to board to the train of sensibility. Don't worry, we won't be animated like the current version of Thomas. Please ignore the fact that Thomas the Tank Engine was designed for kids, and obviously it's trying to appeal to kids of today. You know, the children that have unlimited access to iPads for some reason, when they shouldn't. Which means they're too busy watching people choosing to make Spider-Man and Elsa do fucked up shit to each other. Oh wait, no, that was a few years ago. What would children end up seeing now then that they shouldn't be? Oh, ruining the target. Oh. I'm just gonna stand over here. And there we go. A vigil skirt and a vigil coif. Neither better than what we've got, obviously, because we're using white mage gear, but oh! My bad. It would appear that a Wand of Frost I picked up at some point, plus this Raptor Skin Targe, would actually be a better combination. Was it the weapon coffer? Was it a weapon cover that I picked up? Because it wasn't the dungeon. It might have been. Yeah, it was. It was after we handed in by the lights of Ishgard. I just didn't equip them. Oh, foolish me! I was using worse gear all along. No, say it ain't so. Remember Weezer. It's never been cool to say, you like Frieza. Say, I like Frieza. It's never been cool. No matter how many times you're standing in a shower singing Hash Pipe. You know, it's not cool. It's not cool. Do not try and even say, oh, actually, Chris, it might be cool. No, it's fucking not. I know. I'm the uncoolest person known to man. I know what is and isn't cool. Basically anything I like. So if you like metal in any way, shape or form, you're not cool. Okay, well, that's a joke, but considering how I seem to just be attached to music from the 80s half the fucking time, I can tell you that I am definitely not cool in that sense, unless you like that sort of thing. In which case, hey! Tell me how I should contact you, and I'll happily discuss my enjoyment of 80s metal. And even some 90s too, because let's face it, the early 90s did give us the Black Album, which is an amazing record. So, you know, Metallica did it again and all that at that point, considering they were getting popular for their various albums before that. Behold! A room in the hallway! It's Security Command, apparently this is where the security would have been, and inside the cover we get some tights! Ah, lovely! I'm sure they aren't ripped to shreds after being inside this place for many a year. But regardless, more ice sprites! I know, it's fun, isn't it? By the way, since this is level 43, if you're trying to just use dungeons to grind, congratulations fuckers! You're stuck with everything level 40 and below only! Until you hit level 50 and you can do Praetorium! But at that point you're at the one with one cap. So, you know. Regen plus Cure might be cheaper MP wise, it might actually be about sometimes. Anyways, before we can enter the final room and fight Iskenbind, the dragon that is trying to end our chances at getting to the Enterprise at the end of it all, we must make our way to it through these dragon aphesses. And by that I mean the side on the water I'm just dying horribly because I'm bad at my job. Yay! They choose to stand in some of the AoEs because they stacked upon each other, the AoEs did. Woo! I shouldn't even need to heal that formatage, it just is not sensible. Actually, I should probably have that because I can use that for some of the bits during the fight. Actually, you know what? I'm playing White Mage. It's actually not too bad. It's not going to be not much of an issue really in terms of the overall structure of how my combos work. As in, I don't have combos. I just heal things. But anyway, we open the gate. We chime on in to the strong room. Oh, and we slipped and cracked our neck before the cutscene. Welcome to the cutscene. At this point, I would be having to skip because other players, but thankfully we're not. Look, it's the Enterprise! Yeah, thank you, Alphanode. We can see it with our own two eyes. Yes, just beyond that enormous sleeping dragon! Yeah, look at it. It's so sleepy. No, and we gotta disturb it. Oh, it's going all dark all of a sudden. The dragon is not a concern. We've come for the airship and only the airship. Sid, you and I will sneak aboard the Enterprise and prepare for launch. Chris, you stay here and keep an eye on the beast. If it waits, we may need you to provide a distraction until we are ready to depart. You can manage that, can't you? Oh, I better. Otherwise, what the hell am I doing here? That settles it then, shall we, Sid? As you command. Yeah, I'll just offload the work to me, why don't you? Fucking assholes. Especially you, Alphino. But especially you, Sid. Oh, TikToks will resuscitate me. Action! Yeah, so you mean to slay Garuda next? Interesting. Most interesting. Well, great. Guys, the Ashians know we're up to some... Oh, fuck. And you are aware that her strength greatly exceeds that of your previous primal conquests. A testament to the fanatical devotion of her followers, the Axial are nothing if not zealous. In spite of your past achievements, I labour to believe that you will best this foe. Yet only a fool would underestimate the great bringer of light, slayer of Ifrit, bane of Titan. If any mortal is capable of defeating Lady of the Vortex, it is you. But whose side is he on? Win or lose, the battle should at least make for an entertaining spectacle. Assuming, of course, you live that long. Behold, I summon the power of darkness to make this orange eyes blue dragon. Orange eyes blue darkness metal dragon. No, he used metal morph. Alpha, no, the dragon. It's been filled with power of darkness. Crap. Oh, confound it all. Damn it, Laha Brea used the Keyblade to release Maleficent's heart, and now we have to fight Dragon Maleficent. Ah, shit, and I don't have Tinkerbell, and I can't summon Tinkerbell because I don't have any companions. Fuck. Let's see how well your blasphemous gifts serve you this time, Crystal Bearer. Alright, well, calm down. I'm just gonna choke on Tic Tacs quickly. Well, dudes combined, I'm gonna need to move a little bit closer, sadly, because the thermal order goes a bit of a distance away further than I need to be. Also, this fight is an AoE fight situation where we have Woomeries, whoopee! That means I need to heal more than just the Marauder at times. Sheet of eyes and it does its thing where it flies off and does its stuff. If you add like 5 seconds left of the thing, you can't utilize it. Oh no! It's using its ice attack! Ah! Now one issue is that the Cyan Thermitard stands like a little bit further away than I would like it to be. But not much I can do about that, sadly. Sheet Ice is not guaranteed that it will fly off immediately after the first instance because it likes to do other things as well. Like this additional wine map. I have to heal it, so. Oh, it would be funny actually if there was a boss where it's like, actually no, healing is the best option to do. Cast your healing spells on it, but the way that healing works, that you're not targeting. And if you're targeting the boss, you just end up hitting yourself. So. Congratulations, idiot. Starts recovering. Also, since we're the healer, we're going to head this way. Behold, sheets of ice being done at a more of a distance thing, but I can just do that. It ain't getting me that way. But yeah, now it's just doing its ice attack thing. And we should go through this sequence like one more time. That's me twice. And with that be Stone Vigil. There's not really any areas you can outright full-on miss in Stone Vigil. Like all the rooms I went into will go onto the map anyway as like areas you can see. So it really is just a one and done dungeon basically, unless you want to grind. Or you know, there's a Blue Maid spell hidden around here somewhere. But we can't access Blue Maid yet. Maybe we will talk about it once we can in the patch content. Yep, there we go. One more time through this stuff, so I am causing issues because I've got my stuff more central when I need them to not be, because I'm the bad player today. Oh, wee, feel shift. Ooh, hee hee hoo hoo, ha, hoo hoo, yeah. I've gone mad, as you can clearly tell. Great news, we've got Limit Break 2. I guess I don't have a sat. Damn it. No need for it then. We kill it. Do. Level up, and the dragon is defeated. Yippee! We've slayed it. We are better than it. Not really champions, are we? Oh, yes. Ho, we did such a fine job. This is literally every dungeon. We just stand there we put our hand on our hip. Like, let me put my hand on my hip and go, yes, certainly, we did a good job there. Ho. Like, so jovial. Anyways, we got a dry canyon on that, so that ends up being better. And hey, look, it's basically the cane that they have one of the White Mage siblings use. And we just got Capella, which is the astrologian weapon of the thing. And there's some more Guardian still. So hey, you know, we can farm it quite easily actually. So I was kind of hoping for the Triple Triad card in a way, because at least then I'd have the Triple Triad card if there is one. Yeah, I need to remember. Is there one in this bit? There might be one in some other ones. Maybe I'm thinking of a different snowy place that could drop Triple Triad stuff. Maybe Snowfront. You know, the patch content. But anyway, an ice-looking crystal, because, well, you see, we kind of need to collect the rest of the crystals, you see. The last of them, because there's not many more left that we could really be collecting now, is there? We kind of are being like, right, let's get to it. We got to deal with the Ashians now soon. We deal with Garuda, and then we've got all the endgame based content stuff, because there's only 2 crystals left. This one is the ice, which leaves us with the wind. Gee, I wonder where we get that from. So, you know, just got to do our thing, as it were. Ah, my hair. I'm just going to whip it out. Chris, are you alright? Speak to me. I'm fine. That smile. 12 be praised. I fear the beast has injured you. I see now that why the others rated you so highly. Why, when you were caught in the midst of that etheric bubble with the dragon, I was all but certain my next mission would be to find a new champion. Thank the gods for sparing me that inconvenience. I have quite enough to do already, which reminds me, since he's working on the Enterprise as we speak, let's go and see what he has to say. No, right, fair enough. What say you, Sid? Will she fly? Yes, though it will not be a pleasant ride. No. Well, I dare say it'll be no more unpleasant than staying here. 'Tis a pity the Enterprise is not in a better state, but if she will allow us to quit this place, I shall not complain. If we are all in agreement, let us return to Gardania. Though I would like nothing more than to set course for the Howling Eye, it is plain the Enterprise is in no condition to weather the storm. She must needs be prepared if we are to proceed with our mission. Hey, at least the lights are working. This is all so familiar. I know this airship. If I could just... Bah, it's no use. Poor Sid. Let's go. Of course. It just moves slowly to the side. Alphino tumbles out into a pile of snow. Oh no, Alphino! Oh no, and we'll never see him again. Finally, we're done with Ishgard for the time being. Obviously, there's the patch content, there's Heavensward, there's everything that happens beyond that point. So, Heavensward patch content, Stormblood patch content, you know, all that stuff. Anyway, we spawn in Good Dania, how I've longed for more agreeable climate of the Tweleswood. Yet I will not deny the Holy See has its charms. Endless detours aside, our Guardian jaunt proved quite an adventure. Alas, our work is far from done. We still have an airship to repair and a primal to slay. No rest for the heroic, eh? Indeed. Our mount speed is now increased, but for now we have to get into the eye of the storm. Lovely. And history has repeated, apparently. I don't know what we're repeating, but hey, you know. During the Sid, and we get cutscened. Where naturally he's looking at the ship. Need we say more? It calms me to look at her. It is as though I've been reunited with a part of me I never knew was missing. Hardly surprising, you did design and build her. I bear good news. The Seeds have granted our request to house the Enterprise. It will take as long as we require to repair her. Yay! Of course it would be rank folly to take one moment more than we require. Garuda, lest we forget, grows stronger by the hour. If we are to have any hope of wresting this benated realm from our talons, it must needs be soon. Though I am no expert on the workings of airships, it seems plain to me that the Enterprise suffered much from her time in the wilderness. Am I not correct, Sid? You are. Frankly, it's a miracle she carried us this far. As you know, the Howling Eye is encircled by raging tempests, apt to turn proud trees to matchwood. A battle will end before it begins if the Enterprise cannot weather the storm. Who's ready for some more filler? Given time, I believe I can fully repair her. Yay! But if this tempest is as fearsome as you say, even that may not be enough. Confound it, there must be a way to brave the fury of the elements. The elements? But of course, that's it! We work upon the element itself. Using the power of a corrupted crystal, we can clear a path through the storm and spare the Enterprise a battering. Yay! I see, you propose to utilize the properties of a crystal to alter the elemental aspect of the barrier. Seems so childishly simple in retrospect. Indeed. Well, it gives us something to do. Though it may happen not to you, Chris. We speak of the manifestations of over-aspected aether that can be found throughout Eorzea. Since the calamity disrupted the land's aetheric currents, such crystals have become comparatively commonplace, which has been a cause of great woe, as they are known to warp etheric energies, including those of living organisms. The point is, we could theoretically use a corrupted crystal to convert the wind aspect of aether comprising Garuda's barrier into aether of another aspected, one she cannot control. With certain modifications, the Enterprise should be able to deliver us to the Howling Eye in comfort, however hard Garuda blows. But we are getting ahead of ourselves. All of this rests upon our ability to procure a crystal with necessary properties. Have you any idea where we might acquire one? No, but I know a man who might. A scholar by the name of Lambertate, who resides in Camp Drybone. Strange as it may sound, I met him during my time at the church. Well, Marquise met him, I suppose. Whether appeal or for want of a more willing listener, he would talk to me for hours at a time about his aetheric studies, corrupted crystals being his pet subject. It was as a result of these conversations that poor Marquise was served to possess an uncommon knack for theoretical science. I need you to return to Farland and seek out the scholar. Sid and I will set out about repairing the Enterprise in your absence. Yeah, fair enough. Good thing I haven't bothered grabbing Carpenter, because let's face it, that probably would be helpful to at least get some planks of wood sorted. But yep, back to Camp Drybone we go. It's like every fucking part of the story at this point, where we just have to have a reason to go to Camp Drybone. Someone at Square Enix really liked this area. Pardon me. Or at least that's how it feels like. But anyways, woo! This guy over here. Well, yes, I am Professor Lambertite. Beg pardon, you wish to hear about my research on corrupted crystals? Truly? Well, never would give me a greater pleasure than to discuss my work with my fellow man of science. Yes, science, I've never told. So where's to find fellow interactions in this region? There's even where to find one capable of comprehending the nature of corrupted crystals. Come to think of it, there was another, a hermit to whom the church had given sanctuary. Curious fellow. Unsociable, rather daft at first impression, yet possessed of an amazing affinity towards scientific pursuits. But the matter at hand, did you say you wish not to conduct field observations but to harvest the corrupted crystal? Egads, man! At least take the necessary precautions so that you do not suffer from explosion to its harmful energies. No wonder if you've sufficient qualifications to handle such hazardous materials. Still, your ignorance is somehow endearing. Luckily for you, I have precisely the means by which these inherent dangers may be averted. Simply store the crystal you seek within this warded pot to protect yourself from its deleterious effects, though I suppose you will be bombarded with its energies until you place it within the vessel. Well, perhaps it shall motivate you to work quickly. In any case, take the pod to Sako, a student of mine monitoring the flow of Aether at High Bridge. Explain to him your quest, and he shall instruct you in the finer points of crystal harvesting. Alright. Let us make our way to High Bridge. So, this way will do. Making our way to the place that we gotta get to. It's somewhere high and it happens to be a bridge. And I can tell you under that ground there, the planks betray you, random Lalafell. Haha, Sako! I am here with this pot. How many times must I be made to explain myself? I'm not contemplating suicide, you imbecile. I've chosen this precise position to perform scientific measurements. I have this pot. What have we here? A containment vessel. Why, this is the handiwork of Professor Lambertaint. You fiving knife. I shall call for the... Oh, you say the man himself lent it to you. Then you must have sought me out by his instruction, which means he believes in me experienced enough to expound upon his explanations. At last, the recognition I so rightfully deserve. Good for you. Good for you. I'll take the silver pieces. Our next quest. Oh, fabulous day. Just a fabulously joyous day. Kahoo! Calais! That I should be chosen to guide this man. Yes, I, haha, Sako, greatest of Professor Lambertaint's pupils, shall see that you successfully query your query. Your timing is impeccable, in fact, for I was just preparing to procure corrupted crystals from the burning wall for my personal research. There, the devastating destruction caused by the calamity has blessed with a bounty of sublime specimens. But something tells me that naught but perfect peace will satisfy your high standards, in which case you must needs descend to the deepest depths. Amidst the flowing waters and the murderous mirror nights lies the most fantastic formation I have found thus far. Take this highly advanced researcher's tool and use it to separate a small fragment from the large cluster. Place it within the watered pot and bear it back to me for inspection. The path which leads from Burgundy Falls to the base of the burning wall is treacherous and terrifying, but advance with appropriate caution and you shall survive. Surely survive. Lovely stuff. And yes, a simple tool. It's a maul. It's a sledgehammer. There's nothing simple about it. You could crack someone's head over an argument with this sort of object. And in some situations, that's exactly what you want. And then you get to hear Victor from the blue team. I like Oblivion. Oblivion's fun. I saw someone flying on a chocobo. But no matter. Inwards to the burning wall, where there's just someone standing there. How lovely. Behold, level 40 golden fleece. And level 41 mirror knights. Do be careful of them, they're mirrory. And they're knight. They're knighty as well. Maybe they're hoity and toity and other words that end with T so that I can say more things. And why, there's a location down there. Lovely. I'm heading the wrong way. I need to head this way, as it's below us. Technically, the thumbnail's been accomplished. We've done the thing in the Stone Vigil now, but hey, I'm having fun. Like Oblivion, technically we didn't go for an Oblivion gate yet, but you know. Anyways, we did it. We sorted that out, so now we can get the corrupted crystal and get it in the pot. Done. If that's done, let's go and get ourselves a... got ourselves the crystal to the guy, and then we can do the thing needed and garuda. Well, no, there's more. There's always more. When in doubt, just assume more will be needed, and then you can call yourself lucky when more is thankfully not needed or something. This is an entire filler thing. It could have just been, hey, I heard that there might be a way to... I heard that sort of crystal could be this place. Oh, okay, fair enough. Instead of just, oh yeah, do this thing, I'll do that thing. It's like, But oh well. I'm fine with this, you know, it gives me time to walk my way through the area. Well, like the unicorn through the area. Like I say, maybe I need to save up the guild for some mounts, but you know, it's how it is. Still tempted to go red mage potentially, but I'm still trying to think that one through. Like, we're not actually getting red mage gear still. We actually do get gear that's better for red mage than the base red mage gear, obviously in Heavensward, but that's Heavensward. We're still in the and I want to pick up the Heavensward classes, so that's on me really. Anyway, back at Highbridge, I see you come galumping back. Have you the crystal then? Yes, we do in our heavy wadded pot. What a prodigiously large and lovely crystal. Professor Lambertaint will doubtless chortle with joy when you present it to him in person. Oh, and upon return, do into account how I helped you with your harvesting. Yeah, I guess you helped by giving me that sledgehammer. I suppose. Also, do they realise that those Lalafell archers really don't understand how we can see them under things sometimes? Like, do they just get an illicit joy out of cheating in a multiplayer game? So that's the thing. In a single player game, having access to the cheat to a cheat, I don't care. Outside of speedrunning, obviously speedrunning, that's a different matter entirely. But in like any single player game, having access to cheat codes, what's the harm in it? If you want to say have moon gravity in GTA San Andreas as an example, then go a fucking head. Who's going to complain? Oh, how dare you not play it the way Rockstar intended for you to play it back in 2003? How dare ye? But multiplayer games, like say if you had aim hacks on a game like Fortnite as an example, that would be cheating. You cheaters. My keen scholar's sense tells me you have attained a corrupted crystal. Am I right? Indeed. If you would grant me a moment to examine the crystal. As you decide, a corrupted crystal overflowing with wind-aspected aether. Remind me, for what purpose did you intend to use this crystal again? What? To breach a barrier comprised of wind-aspected aether? Oh dear, that may prove problematic, as this crystal will in itself to strengthen the barrier. Suppose I am at fault for not inquiring as to your objectives from the start. Had I known your intent, I would have never sent you to Haha Sacco. But what is science if not trial and error? And can you truly say this failure has taught you nothing? Well, true, it has taught us stuff. Think, man, you now understand the methods necessary to safely collect a corrupted crystal. Doubtless have no difficulty doing so once more. What's more, the crystal you collected can serve as an invaluable resource for the ethereal studies conducted by the students of Baldison. You've heard of them. Well, I don't mean to boast, but I'm a professional relationship with the organisation. Not as equals, of course, I would never be so confident to claim that level of expertise. Are you alright? Your eyes seem to have glazed over for a moment. Anyway, I shan't keep you from the task. You're still a corrupted crystal to find. Indeed we do. I'll grab the fingerless gloves. Why not? So anyway, he has an idea as to where we can go. Corrupted crystals size and strength are not all that common, I fear. Fortunately, one of my other students, Sienna, claims to have discovered another promising site in the east of Lenosia. Well, that's not quite east of Lenosia, where she was nearly killed when wandering too close to an imperial castrum. Ha ha! Now that made for an amusing antidote. What, is she near level 50? No, it was western Lenosia. Pharaoh Sirius, of the Isles of Umbra, to be precise. Can't recall her exact reasoning, something to do with one of Dalaman's talons or some such nonsense. What I can say for certain is that she is still in Airport, attempting to gain access to the Isles. Why not travel there and see if her inquiries bring bear fruit? If you can look past the crass and violent ways of the local pirates, you might find your time there to be quite plausible. Oh, and do not forget to take a makeshift warded pot, lest you think you're unprepared for the task. Well, back to Airport we go. It's been a while since I've had to say that one, actually. Yeah, it's nighttime around here. Well, let us talk with her and do the job.
It's this floor I was thinking of watching away, because this required doing a bit of walking. Huh? Corrupted crystals? So I have no interest in being the butt of your jokes, so if you have no other reasons for addressing me, kindly leave me be. I can offer you this pot. Well, I be damned. Professor Lambertaint did send you. But beg your pardon, it seems we got off on the wrong foot. I'm Sienna, greatest of the professor's pupils, which is doubtless why he bid you seek me out. Indeed, I am an accomplished scholar with an extensive background in... let's move on. Oh, God, just listen to me prattle on and on. I must have given this introduction a dozen times by now. These guys are all insane. Just give me the silver pieces and do this. In reference to a previous quest, it's probably not pirates. As I told the professor in my many missives, I believe that the area surrounding Forest Sirius is replete with corrupted crystals of exceptional strength. Unfortunately, I have yet to test my hypothesis, as all access to the Isles of Amber is prohibited at present, for reasons unknown to me. You see, my attempts to acquire this information are often met with annoyance and disdain. It's rather puzzling, since I always take the time to explain my motivations in great detail to the subjects of my questioning. Gee, I wonder why they'd get annoyed. Maybe you will have better luck wresting information from these yellow jackets. I've all given up at this point. Alright, time to question yellow jackets, and if I end up in chains and in a prison cell, it's on her. First one. Up here. Ah, you startled me! Do you know better than to sneak up on a person at a time like this? Well, with all this fatuous gossip of spirits and spectres haunting the Isles of Amber, just because I know it's nonsense doesn't make it any less frightening. Ah, it would appear there might be a ghost! Potentially. Maybe. Who knows? We shouldn't do. Oh, yeah, and I want to talk to this guy, not the Panda Scholar. Ah, you keep on travelling to the Isles of Amber. Bloody hells, lad. Are you drunk or just crazy? Ain't nothing there but death, and more death. Well, I have to be rather skilled in the being around a bunch of death, funnily enough. Usually means that I failed at my job, but you know. And the last yellow jacket is either down there or up there. I'm going to say it's up there. I'm going to open the unicorn. Oh no, there's a down arrow. Okay, well, we're wrong. I really can't jump, damn it! Let me break me unicorn's legs, damn it, game. Speed up the process so I can freely move about a little bit more. Ah, well. Elsa Gamiliosa. The Isles of Amber? Why just have you and I gone for second place? Ever since we were forced to abandon Forest Sirius, the Isles have become no more than a graveyard for ships unable to navigate the shores. A purgatory for souls dragged down to the depths with them. Well, that's like fun time, isn't it? God, it's only 20 to 3 and I feel like I need to basically lie down on my bed and round back sometimes. Ugh. Well, you know what, we're in a good place where I can just put a pause on it and all that, because yeah, my back was acting up earlier as well, so you know, and it acted up earlier today when I was busy doing things. God damn it. Right, next time, Garuda. Oh, and getting the actual proper crystal this time. Also, obviously, check out the stream earlier today that was of Oblivion Remaster, and also check out the other stuff that's on here. If you can get through age-restricted stuff, then there is a video there as well. That of me dying horribly at some point in a game. That'd be all, really. So yeah, if you do enjoy that stuff anyway, you can always do the things you can on YouTube, and I'll see you all next time. Bye bye. I'm gonna